Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today checking out some more Czech beer, courtesy of Josef. So thanks a ton to Josef for the beer. This is a quite well-known Czech beer, and I think it's a lot of people who love Czech beers' favorite, or at least one of their favorite, like Czech lagers, or Czech Pilsners. So this, it's actually, you probably wouldn't have noticed by the videos, but I haven't shot a beer review in like over 2 weeks because I was unlucky to catch COVID from my boss, and I've been down with COVID. I was down with COVID for like 4 days, and then I lost my sense of smell and taste afterwards for like 5 days. But it's back in full force now, so we're doing reviews again. But that gave me a chance to get rid of the back catalog. And this is Bernard, as I said, and this is their Světlý Ležák 12. So this is a 12 Plato lager, and one of the big things they really like to talk about here is that their lagers are unpasteurized, which is very awesome. You know, lots of time big breweries, they pasteurize the lagers. They do not. They're a family-owned brewery, and actually, oddly enough, you can get this on tap locally, and I've just never had it at it's London Pub, I think is the name. And this is one of those classic beers that I think a lot of people have tried as well. Like I never got around to trying it. It's 4.9%. It's featuring Saaz hops, and I think they talk about how it also says hop extract here. If I just look quickly, but I think they also talk about online on the club that they do their own floor malting too, which is really cool. And the brewery is called Rodiny Pivová Bernard, and I'm probably butchering all that. But yeah, it's a very famous beer. The only thing I'm fearing is this lime green bottle. You know, this is a readily available supermarket kind of beer in the Czech Republic, and I think in a few other countries. So you just hope that this has not been standing on a shelf where light has penetrated too much because of the color of the bottle here. But, you know, if this ends up being slightly skunked, I should just go and have it on draft instead, because it's probably going to be better. But that being said, let's dive into this one. So again, yeah, this is not like crazy microbrewed. This is a larger scale brewery doing Czech beer. This is double decoction mash too, so we should get a lot of malt flavor. So looks very nice in the glass. Pretty much look what you'd expect from a Pilsner type beer. It's a golden yellow color. It looks slightly darker on camera. If I hold it up to the light there, it's more of a, yeah, it's a golden yellow. It looks nice. It's a white head on there. That actually was really frothy when pouring it out. Let's check out the aroma. Ooh, surprisingly, it does not smell skunked. So maybe it's UV coated bottles. That's sometimes the case too. Some breweries do that. Like, it's not too long ago that I had a crazily skunked, or it might be because it's really fresh. But it's not too long ago that I had a crazily skunked bottle of, well, I don't even know if it's craft beer or macro beer, whatever. It was from a Danish comedian. It was utterly terrible. But yeah, this smells really bready. Really, really bready, crusty, freshly baked bread. You know, it's not as intense as the two first ones. We had the one in the PET bottle and the big one. I forget the name of the Tovaranska was one of them. I forget the complete names because, you know, I don't speak Czech, so it's really hard to remember all of them. But yeah, there's definitely also some nice Saaz hop character on there on the back, like a peppery spice. There's a little bit of a nettly, hedgerowy kind of note as well. Yeah, just like really bready malt. It's not as explosive and expressive as these small brewed, like family-run brewed. Maybe this is also a family-run brewery, but it's just a larger scale. It just doesn't smell as intense. Like those two first ones were crazy, but it smells nice. Let's try it. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Josef. I was about to say thanks a ton to beer. Thank for the Josef. Thanks a ton to Josef for the beer. Cheers. Wow, it's not skunked. I think that's the first time I drink a beer from a lime green bottle that's not skunked. Ooh, nice, really peppery, nice bitterness on the end there. It's not crazy bitter, but it's nicely bittered. Like, yeah, just a really nice, really peppery aftertaste. Man, this gives Danish macro beer or just big brewed beer such a run for their money in terms of lager. I think I put this around something like Högerbayer this is just more hoppy than that beer, for sure. I would also, like, a lot of people, they talk about how this, I think they even call it a Bohemian lager, but a lot of people talk about how they think this is somewhat on par with Pilsner Urquell. I'd much rather drink this than Pilsner Urquell, and I think it's much better because Pilsner Urquell has that classic diacetyl buttery note that a lot of people just associate with Czech beer. This does not, which is really nice because I do not like that off flavor. It is an off flavor, you know. It's just become such a thing with that beer. And I was so scared of it being skunk, but this is actually really enjoyable Czech Pils, especially considering it's from a bigger brewery. Like, think of Danish breweries like Tisted Bryghus, for example. Like, this doesn't even come close, the other way around. Their lager does not come close to any of this. And just think, like, any of the Royal Brewed, larger brand, whatever things they're doing now, Faxe and Tor and all these, like, I think the only thing that comes close to this is a bigger brewery doing lager in Denmark is Høger and Høgerbayer, Hancock and Høgerbayer. But that's also Czech inspired, and it's lagered for like 45 days or something like that. Just like this really beautiful crusty malt flavor. Like, I'd imagine this really fresh is really, really close to the, you know, the smaller craft ones. It's a little less expressive, but still loads of flavor, loads of that crusty bread, and like just really nice peppery, nettly, hedgerowy hop flavor. Really like just classic Saaz flavor. Like, Saaz is not my all-time favorite classic hop, but you know, in this it's quite nice. I've had it numerous iterations, also wet hop, where it seems like it's a bit more fruity. But I do prefer more fruitiness in my lagers. But you know, this is really good. Like, if this was, well, it is. It's one of my local bars, you know, regular lager they always have on draft. You know, like if I went there and I wanted a Pils, I'd love to crush this. It's so drinkable, so easygoing, so refreshing, and really clean and well brewed. There's like no crazy off flavors or anything. But the big thing is like that really, you know, sharp malty flavor paired with hops. That's really good. Yeah, I really like that. It's not mind blowing, but you know, and I really just like, you shouldn't look these beer hops online and like just like, oh yeah, like just try and use your taste buds and drink a lot of different lagers, and you really start to pinpoint why they're good and why they're not and whatnot. Because this has got like a 3 on Untappd, which is stupid. Like, this is just really well brewed lager, like Czech lager. This is exactly what you want from a Czech lager, or Czech Pilsner, or Bohemian Pilsner. I think Bohemian Pilsner is probably what you want to call it if it's like not strictly brewed according to the way, or from Pilsen or whatever. Like, types of beer and how you distinguish between them is often crazy and silly. But this is really good. I'm going to go straight 90. I really enjoy this. You know, great classic Czech Pils. This is like pretty much benchmark. What if you want? If you don't want to drink Pilsner Urquell and you're like me, get this benchmark Czech beer. Really good. Love that crusty bread and everything. But those, again, the first few ones, they were just so crazy good. But this is also really nice. So if you guys have a chance to try, yeah, Bernard, Světlý Ležák 12 from, let's see if we can say that again, Rudiny Pivovar Bernard. Let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Josef for the beer. This was a pleasant surprise, and I'm so happy it's not skunked. It must be UV coated bottles. Yeah, and I want to say cheers. And let me know, guys, if you've had this one. And yeah, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about video. Wow, I haven't done this in a while. That's why I'm rusty. And I want to say cheers. And see you guys in another review.